Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Happy Monday, everyone. It's Monday the 20th, unless you're in Australia and listening to this, and you could be a day ahead of us, Tuesday the 21st. Today we have a full moon in the sign of Pisces. Now, this full moon in Pisces is occurring at the 29th degree of Pisces. That is the next to the last degree, Pisces. And the sun, of course, would be in the next to the last degree of Virgo. The Virgo-Pisces axis is an axis of karma, and it's an axis of transitional energies. In Virgo, we transition from our personal experience below the horizon into our collective experience above the horizon. And in Pisces, we move from the uber collective experience of the oneness and unity of Pisces into the individuality of Aries. This full moon is a point of awareness. It is the full moon is conjunct Neptune, and as if we needed to bring more Neptunian energy into a full moon in Pisces, Neptune conjuncting it does just that. Pisces is very imaginative, it's very psychic, it's very empathetic, it can be very confused, it can be delusional, it can be many things. Is it real, or is it Memorex, or does it really matter? And matter, of course, does it matter, is very much the Virgo side of that, seeing as Virgo is an earth sign. It is a mutable earth sign, so there is a capacity to change and shift and mutate with Virgo, which is really quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Which is really quite convenient, I guess. It's the word I'm looking for. Helpful, perhaps. So the most, what do they say about change? Change is the only guarantee that things will change. And the mutable signs help us do that. And this full moon in Pisces is powerful because it's occurring at the end of the mutable signs, moving into the cardinal signs. And the cardinal signs are about initiating something new. Not rehashing the old, but something new. And we are at a point, I believe, where we are becoming more and more aware of the patterns of the past, which this full moon in Pisces can help us see. And a real sort of wanting to turn our back on the old ways of doing things. We have gone through a very profound awakening, not just here in the U.S. or in the countries of that speak English, run by white people, all over the world, I think. And, depending on the country you're in, depends on just how much exposure you have. But if you're considering yourself the leader of the free world, if you're considering yourself, the person in charge, perhaps, we are definitely going to feel it, right? Those people, I guess the U.S., the people who have been in power, are going to feel this shift most profoundly because this power is shifting. So today is about being open and being aware. We don't necessarily have to do anything, although that being said, there are three T-squares at this full moon. A cardinal one with Eris squaring Pluto and Eris opposing Mercury, and of course Pluto squaring Mercury. Of course, we see this in women's rights to their own bodies. Okay, we can see that theme there. We have another one with Venus and Mars. Let's see. Venus opposite Uranus, square Saturn. Actually, more women's issues, right? But not just women's issues in their bodies, but the feminine. The feminine is quite frankly fed up with all the shenanigans and all the death and all the destruction of the planet and our children and putting our children at risk. We're done with it, folks. We're effing done with it. And then we have another T-square with the asteroids. We have Ceres, the goddess of death and rebirth, in Gemini, of course, the sign associated with our ability to breathe and our lungs, opposite Juno in Sagittarius. What's that old, Juno and Sagittarius near the south node of the moon, although it's not as close as it was, could be asking us to look at the old way of, behind every great man there's a greater woman, the power behind the throne, the woman supporting the man. That's traditionally how it's been. And perhaps with this opposition to Ceres, the girls are saying, that would be the asteroid goddesses, we shouldn't call them girls, the ladies, have something to say. The ladies are very vocal, right? And of course we do have we have Mars in Libra. We're going to have the sun in Libra. And we have Uranus and Taurus. These are all Venus-ruled signs. And so Venus in Scorpio is kind of in charge of the whole group of them. And Venus in Scorpio is all about transformation. Transformation. Death and rebirth. It's time for us to be reborn. It's time for the goddess. The goddess is alive and magic is afoot. And that is the direction of the future, guys. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. So, that was more pontificating than astrology, wasn't it? Well, kind of both. All right, so we could call it pontificating considering there are no female popes. Excuse me. So, keep yourself open today to patterns from the past that you want to release and let go of. This could be relationships that you're tired of relating to that are too draining, too complex, too, self-negating. It's time to become aware of our tendencies and our patterns and to release them and to change and to move in a direction of a future we want to create. Instead of having the future created for us, we create the future in the present moment by being alive and being aware and being open and connecting with our own hearts and our own spirits and our own divine nature. All right, guys, have yourself a great day. Like and subscribe. And have a great full moon. Take care.